happening at the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General? How did 5 laptop computers, 1 printer, and a television set go missing at the ministry? And by the way, what documents and programs were installed on the computers? And how will the loss of these computers affect cases that the Attorney General's office is prosecuting or studying? Stay tuned for more. Before we bring you the details of that, there's nothing more painful than running out of data when you need it the most. That's why Airtel Tigo is giving you big time data bundles. With Airtel Tigo's big time data bundles, you get more data for your 1 cedi, 2 cedi, and 5 cedi bundles than anywhere else. And you can also get a whole 1.5 gig for only 10 Ghana cedis. Even better, it's a big 2 gig for the same 10 Ghana cedis when you bundle directly from an Airtel Tigo scratch card or from your Airtel Tigo money account. The best part is that you don't have to rush to use it all before it expires, because Airtel Tigo's big time data bundles have no daily, weekly, or monthly limit. You can browse how you want, when you want to. Get the new big time data bundles today by dialing *111#. Choose a bundle that works for you. T's and C's apply. Now, Africa is full of potential. People are getting things done. Businesses are on the rise, and Absa Group is tapping into this can-do spirit. As one of the largest companies listed on the JSE Top 40 Index on Africa's largest stock exchange, Absa Group delivers award-winning expertise to enable people and businesses to realize their possibilities daily. Absa Group, proudly serving Ghana as Barclays. For more, visit absa.africa. And the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, present Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition GISE 2018 under the theme International Partnerships for Value-Added Industrial and Local Content Development from 18th to 20th September 2018 at the Accra International Conference Center. The exhibition, there's also an exhibition aspect. It's well fashioned and crafted to showcase machinery, product, services, and new trends in technology, innovation, and industrial processes. Media partners are Joy Business, Graphic Communications, BNFT, and Graphic Times. For better in Ghanaian Times, for further inquiries, call 0244 933 106 or 020 999 6002. Let me tell you about the Ghana Economic Forum, which is happening under the theme Building a Competitive Economy for Sustainable Growth. This year's forum would have economic policy makers, implementation agencies, members of trade and industry associations, selected diplomatic missions, donor agencies, and NGOs. The objective is to lead discussion that will formulate policies for inclusive and sustainable development. Date is September 4th to 5th, 2018 as the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel in Accra. Time is 8 a.m. each day. For registration and sponsorship, call 020-999-1389 or 020-741-0769. Let's get back into the meat of the matter. Welcome to Corruption Watch. Remember, the partners for Corruption Watch are Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy FM, Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ACILA, and you can find us on Facebook, Corruption Watch Ghana, Twitter at CW Ghana, Instagram, Corruption Watch _GH. Our website is stopcorruptionghana.org. The hotline is 055-453-6586. The WhatsApp number is 055-453-6295. Hashtag is Wanamoni, hashtag Ghana Bre. Remember, Corruption Watch is sponsored by Strengthening Action Against Corruption. Today we'll feature 2 of our 6 segments. What's New and Anti-Corruption School. On the What's New segment, we feature stories investigated by Corruption Watch investigative team. Today, we have a new case. Like I said earlier, an investigation by Corruption Watch revealing how unidentified persons have been staging frequent break-ins and stealing computers at the offices of the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General in Accra. It's unclear the set of documents stolen and the consequences on the cases that the Attorney General's office is prosecuting or studying. We'll bring you details of this story and the resulting concern about tampering with the integrity of the prosecutorial processes, as well as the security and safety of the officers of the AG's department. On Anti-Corruption School, we bring you resource persons to share their knowledge of anti-corruption cases or issues we feature on Corruption Watch in order to deepen our understanding of the issues. On the segment this morning, we will examine the revelations we are going to share in relation to the state of security at the ministries, departments and agencies, and protection of public property and records, especially in MDAs and at the fore of dealing. That are at the fore, I should say, of dealing with corruption. Our panelists for today, one of whom is already here, Adam Bona, security analyst and head of Security Warehouse Company Limited. Good morning, Mr. Bona.
Good morning. Good morning to you all.
Yes, hope all is well.
Yes. Could have been better.
Yeah, but we are glad at least it's good.
Yes.
Great. We'll also be joined by Michael Bwedi, fundraising manager at Ghana Integrity Initiative, and Chief Inspector retired Edward Affo, a former prosecutor with 25 years of experience. Now to the What's New segment. Corruption Watch investigations have revealed that some unidentified persons have been staging frequent break-ins as the offices of the Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General in Accra. Corruption Watch is informed that one of the topmost officers affected is the Director of Public Prosecutions herself, Yvonne Atakra Obobisa. The thefts have resulted in the termination of the contract of the private security company that is in charge of the ministry. The company has declined to speak on the issue. But since April this year, Corruption Watch has asked the Minister of Justice and Attorney General Gloria Ekufo for a response, but she has not granted our request, citing a busy calendar as defense. So before we go into anything else, we'll take some background to this issue from Raymond before we present the investigation that was put together by Frederick Esiama. Raymond.
Now, Dan, all over the world, the standard is that there should be protection of assault for prosecutors because of their exposure to harm. And we do know that in this country, there is concern that prosecutors are not protected as much as we want them protected against violent attacks. No police protection is provided to them, even when they are prosecuting cases with high stakes and which involve violent crime, organized crime, and corruption by the political and business class. Now, besides the offices that we are talking about and case files of prosecutors, they are also not safe in this case. Now, the questions that arise from international standards perspectives are that, one, does the prosecution service institution have a threat management system to protect prosecutors and their families against violence or other threats? Are protocols and measures put in place in the prosecution service institutions that guide the service and prosecutors in matters such as conducting threat assessments, reporting threats or other incidents of intimidation, agreements with police forces to provide protection in court houses, prosecutors' offices, and when it's needed, personal protection for prosecutors and their families? Also, have the protocols and measures being used effectively in actual circumstances when prosecutors and or their families were at risk of harm because of the prosecutor's role in a particular case? What are specifically these protocols and measures? Are they being adhered to? These are the questions that come to mind when you deal with international standards when it comes to the safety of the people who are supposed to demand and exert justice on our behalf.
So that's a good context and background Raymond has given us this morning. And we'll soon be heading into our anti-corruption school segment. But before that, we'll have a presentation of the facts really as we have them pertaining to the robbery of the AG's offices. And that will be done shortly on the show before we go ahead. What we'll do is I will take these important messages. When we come back, then we'll launch into that section of the show. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to Entrance University College of Health Sciences, the newest health university college here in Ghana, poised to add in value to the pharmaceutical industry in the country. Entrance was set up to meet the high demand for research and in-depth knowledge for pharmacy. We are accredited by the National Accreditation Board, affiliated with the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Students have the unique opportunity to a hands-on training with the Entrance University Hospital and the Entrance Pharmaceutical and Research Center. School start in September 2018.
Call us on
050-908-6631
or
050-908-6651. Enroll now. You can locate us at Opoigono off the Spintesh Road, Accra. Entrance University College of Health Sciences, your preferred choice for pharmaceutical and allied health training.
There is a bank in town, solid and strong, giving you the service you desire. It's Commerce Savings and Loans. We give you financial security you deserve through our SUSU account, church account, fixed account, kiddie account, and many more. Our GD loan for churches, asset finance, federal loans, and others have interest rates that are perfect for any pocket. At Commerce Savings and Loans, we make life convenient for you. Make payments on all mobile network, pay for DSTV, mobile money, TV license, and many others. Call us on 0302-767-827 or 667-783. Commerce Savings and Loan. We offer you a relationship beyond.
Airtel Tigo spoil them big time. Sir. Some new big time bundles view.
The only bundles I want here about are bundles of cash.
So what about a bundle that gives you the most data on your 1, 2, and 5 Ghana Cedi bundles than anywhere else, and also gives you a whole 1.5 gig for only 10 Ghana Cedi?
Please, no network could give you that much data at that price.
Sir, well, Airtel Tigo does, and you even get a big 2 gig for the same 10 Ghana Cedis when you bundle directly from an Airtel Tigo scratch card or with Airtel Tigo Money.
Hey!
Airtel Tigo's new big time bundles do not expire. You can browse, sir. No more daily, weekly, or monthly bundles.
Hey, bad. How do I subscribe?
Dial *111#, select big time bundles and browse. Whether you're a new subscriber or an old subscriber, T's and C's apply. Get big time data from the network that gives you the most. Airtel Tigo.
Hello, madam. Mommy has malaria. She said I should come and buy Hexapin and Agazone and Talimodino Nabutolosis.
Hey, Bayo, this malaria and you are stressing like this? Get Novamita. Novamita kills malaria parasites and comes in a special pack that fits into your pocket, wallet, or purse, so you never forget your daily dose. And if she has resultant anemia, give her 3FA. 3FA is a blood tonic.
Always get tested for malaria before taking medications. If you are pregnant or a lactating mother, seek medical advice first. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Novamita and 3FA is manufactured and distributed by Pharmanova Limited. Locate them at Josu at number 3 Okodan Street or call 054-3171-894.
Novamita, sort with malaria one touch. Any 3FA, anemia, away. Novamita.
Shower to kill malaria.
Did you know that bed bugs are dangerous insect pests that cause sleeplessness, tiredness, body rashes, anemia due to blood loss, and general discomfort to humans? Unfortunately, they are so difficult to get rid of. They spread in your beddings, your child's beddings in boarding schools, bags, lockers, clothes, everywhere. You may not see them all, but they are there. That's why you need the Innisfly Bed Bug Solution, a ready-to-use effective solution. All you have to do is shake it and spray infested areas, wait for it to dry, and that's it.
Yes, spray the bedbugs out with Innisfly Bedbug Solution now. Households, boarding schools, and other institutions with minor and major bedbug infestations.
Call 05777010000.
Innisfly, beautiful protection.
What's your thing? A high baller, always after the bigger picture. Living your life in boardrooms, transiting through VIP lounges into first or business class. Sipping on some whey while flipping through pages of FT and Bloomberg. What's your thing? Your life is busy and your schedule is crazy. But when you can make some time, you try to unwind with some jazz or high life, over some drinks with friends, but the business talk never ends, even at the bar. Live the life you love on the go with the Stanbic Bank mobile app. Stanbic Bank, moving forward.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I had to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look. The video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Super Morning Show.
Our money, when our money, our money, when our money, our money, when our money, our money, when our money.
Yeah, Sydney, je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit sur les Ghana? Arrêtez le babadage. C'est moi, le tu. Sydney back again. Yeah. Now no anymore. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now?
22 minutes past 9 on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome back. Malik Abbas Dabo will be giving us details of that investigative report that Corruption Watch has put together in a moment. But before that, text messages are brought to you by Afrodan. Your back must last you a lifetime. Glyco Travel Insurance Policy, we cushion you for life. Afrodan is offering you today the most comfortable chair in the world. The Nightingale Extreme Comfort Chair with over 10 thoughtfully engineered features, especially customized for your health and comfort. So go to Afrodan on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade and feel this chair. You will be amazed. Now get a Glyco Travel Insurance Policy designed to cover travel costs and reduce the risk associated with unexpected events during your international and domestic travels to Europe, the Schengen countries, or anywhere worldwide. Talk to us today on 055-530-5547 or 020-887-6956. Let's help you plan for a peaceful travel abroad. Glyco Travel Insurance, cut the hustle, all the convenience. Glyco Life, we cushion you for life. We're still here with Adam Bona. He's a security expert, head of security warehouse. Before we come to him, Malik, what are the details of this investigative report?
So, Daniel, this is what we found out. This is what Corruption Watch found out. Let me just read the report. Corruption Watch investigations have revealed that in March this year, 2018, the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions was burgled. In that incident, the burglars took away one laptop computer and one printer. It's unclear the sort of documents and programs that were installed on the computer and whether they have any consequence on any cases that the Attorney General's office is prosecuting or studying. Now, according to our sources, there have been further break-ins at the offices occupied by the Chief Director of the Ministry of Justice and a state attorney, as well as the drafting department. In the Chief Director's office break-in, a television set was stolen. A state attorney also had her office burgled, losing one laptop computer. In the last incident that Corruption Watch has become aware of, the drafting office lost a total of 3 laptop computers in 2 incidents. Together, 5 laptop computers, 1 printer, and a television set are the items that the burglars have taken away so far in the series of break-ins. Our information is that the unknown perpetrators usually do not tamper with the doors and windows during their operations. Corruption Watch sources also say that the private security company that was in charge of the Ministry of Justice at the time has been disengaged after 2 of its staff were picked up by the Ghana Police Service in connection with one of the incidents. The company Thomas Security Company Limited, TSSL, which has its headquarters in Awudumi Estate, declined an interview on the matter. However, George Tufuo, Deputy Managing Director and son to the Managing Director, Thomas Tufuo, called Corruption Watch to confirm that their guards were picked up by the police in connection with the theft case. He said the case didn't travel beyond the security guards giving their statement to the police, but he confirmed that the company's contract with the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General was terminated some months ago as a result of the theft case. Meanwhile, since April 23, 2018, Corruption Watch has sought to speak with officials of the ministry, including the minister, but to no avail. Last week, the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Madam Gloria Ekufu, told us through her assistants that she cannot speak on the matter as at this time because of a tight calendar. That's it, Daniel.
Thanks for Malik for giving us those details. So let me come straight to you, Mr. Adam Bona. Mr. Bona, from your experience, how familiar is a story like what you heard to you?
Well, it's, yes, good morning and good morning to your cherished listeners. Good morning to the Senators Forum platform and Security Warehouse. It's very familiar. I mean, this break-ins in, ministries and MMDAs, it's not just limited to the AG's office. I mean, we've had them in various regions, districts. If you remember, we had an incident at the EC's office where it was reported the CCTVs that were installed were all dismantled. I don't know if this network, actually carried
yeah, we
that
carried
story.
this, I remember.
And so it tells you how lax, our, layout in terms of protecting, the public purse is, because if the AG's office could be buckled, not once and not, twice, but several times, it tells you that, we have a long way to go. And the simple reason is that in terms of security and safety, we haven't seen that to be so paramount. It's all about the bread and butter issues. And
it's not a priority.
It's not a priority. And so for me, this usually doesn't come to me as any news at all because, the private security company has been fired and 2 security, officers picked up. But what evidence do you have against them? Because then if you don't have eyewitness account to be able to substantiate what might have taken place, then it's going to be you trying to depend on systems. But if the systems themselves are compromised, we have, some systems that you cannot vouch for, how authentic, whatever they are turning out is supposed to be. And so this is terrible. But at the end of the day, I think that some of these discussions probably would let the powers that be, take some of these things, a bit more serious.
What are the basic security issues? What are the basic installations that seem to be missing on the face of the issues? What would you say? What standards would you say are missing?
First of all, when you cannot talk about security and take away the human element. And usually what is missing when you go to most of our MMDAs and probably public buildings is, the lack of alertness where, when depending on how nice you dress, you could just walk through, the reception and go. Sometimes you would go through and no one would ask you a question. And so it starts from there because then people are recruited or, call them contract business, companies are brought in to come and do cleaning services and no proper, screening is done. They don't check them to know what have they done? What is the record with regards to their performance in similar, project? Then you come to the, putting in systems, technology. With technology, one would say some of the basic things you want to put in place would be, the CCTVs that you and I know that, we have a lot of systems coming in that if we don't put in the right systems, that is where we begin to have systems that are, put in, for instance, at the Ages department, and this system, somebody is able to probably hack into the systems and probably able to fake out information they want and at what time they want it. And so you are talking about CCTVs, you are talking about the, biometric systems, but you see, usually we don't have standards in this country. And it does not just, it's not limited to probably just the food we eat. There is no standard. And so things just come in. I remember 11 years ago when I just come back, started a business in this country, took some of the systems that we were going to be putting onto the market to the Ghana Standards Board. And I tell you, the systems are still with them because they told me I needed to go and buy the machinery for them to test them before they would, tell me whether they are okay or not. Meanwhile, these systems have been certified by the international, organization that's supposed to be giving approval. And so if these things come in and we cannot, we are not able to authenticate, check how good they are. Things happen and you go in and you are not able to check what took place and at what point it took place.
So you can't even evaluate the quality.
You can't even evaluate, and usually it's about cost. And when you are dealing with security, cost is not supposed to be something that you should be more, fixated on. But unfortunately, it is always about the cost. If you ask, this company that probably got fired from the Ages department, go and check how much probably the security, the guards are being paid. If a guard is put at the Ages department, that is supposed to be ensuring that me and you, justice is delivered and delivered sufficiently. If the guy is put there and is paid, let's say, 300 Ghana cedis a month, and you are prosecuting me over an issue that is about $1 billion, I mean, don't you think I'll be able to give this guy, how much do I have to give him? 5,000 Ghana cedis, and he's going to steal these laptops, and you have no evidence against me. And so these are some of the things. With, some of these biometric systems, we have different, platforms. We have different platforms. We have systems that, systems that would have what we call the anti-bypass. These are more technical. But unfortunately, when some of this is, and even though we have some of these, buildings having them, those who use them don't actually even know how the systems work.
Which is where I was going to come to next, because isn't it really about the human element? Isn't it more of a lack of commitment, a lack of know-how about security space? Like you said, Ghanaians don't really place a priority when it comes to security issues.
No, we don't. We don't, and just like you did say, we don't. It's about bread and butter. Once that is discussed, it's okay. Everybody should go to sleep. It's not a priority, and so for me, if you ask me, as we speak, we don't. There is no handbook for security and safety in within government circles. We don't have a handbook. It's something I've spoken about. We don't have a handbook. And so you go to, when you go to probably the ministries that deal with security, they are a bit more,
security conscious?
A bit more, yes. Because if you go, because of the nature of my work, once a while I'll visit maybe the Interior Ministry or the Defense or maybe Blue Gate, which is now the Ministry of the National Security Ministry. And so they would, check you, take your mobile phones and make sure, someone is taking you to the office you are going to. But I can tell you, apart from this, probably 3 or 4 ministries, the rest of them, including the Ages department, it's just, everybody walking through. And so until we get to that point where we have a proper blueprint, and these things come with money, because if you come to me, I would have to charge you to develop a, this kind of, a handbook for you. But unfortunately, government wouldn't want to do that. And there again, Dazi, we have a situation where when political parties come to power, sometimes they bring in, people who are not, don't have the technical know-how with regards to ensuring that these things are properly, things are properly put in place in terms of security. And so those are some of the things. And so most of these buildings can easily be compromised, and they are getting compromised, and we don't have the evidence. There's no evidence. I'll give you, I'll tell you a story. 3-4 years ago, I had to go for a meeting around the Ministry of Finance. I got there, and whilst waiting in the car, usually I go, when I'm supposed to appear for a meeting, I go early. So whilst I was sitting in the car, there was this guy who was sitting down as if he's begging. But I realized the guy had something that I think either he was beaming and picking signals from, I don't know where, but he was pointing at the ministry. So I sat in the vehicle and thought, okay, so this guy looks like a beggar, but unfortunately, it looks like this whole place is supposed to be a security zone. There is nothing to actually scan and say, you know what, somebody is sitting there and probably intercepting files that, we have a lot of interceptors now. And so if I have a very good interceptor, I can sit, in front of Joy FM and intercept a lot of your, by using your IP. If I know your IP address, I would intercept most of your information. Either this guy was intercepting or he was blocking things that were leaving the place. I went into the building. Can I speak to who is in charge of your security? Unfortunately, they didn't have.
They didn't have a person responsible.
They didn't have anyone responsible for the Ministry of Finance and Security. But I managed to speak to somebody and say, looks like there's somebody there. I came there, I think, after 2 weeks or so, and I realized the guy wasn't there. After a month, I came back there, and the guy was there. And so it tells you that, you see, the whole of the ministry's enclave is supposed to have been a high security zone. But no, go there, you will see in front of the signage that says no hawking. That is where that woman is doing what they call that, Kofi Brookman. What do you call it?
Roasted plantain.
Roasted plantain. That's why the woman doing Kofi Brookman roasted plantain is sitting and doing it. And so it tells you that we don't probably care.
Well, you're listening to the Super Morning Show on Joy FM. Mr. Adam Bona is my guest. We are working to speak with Chief Inspector Retired Edward Afful. We will get him on the phone lines after these messages. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
If you swipe your First National Bank Gold or Platinum Visa debit card as much as Kwesi does, you earn so much free money, you too will be laughing all the way to the bank. Earn free money every time you swipe your First National Bank Gold or Platinum Visa debit card. Money does grow on our tray. This is not a promotion. It's a First National Bank thing. Terms, conditions, and rules apply. First National Bank. How can we help you?
Bibiara wa melcom Luciano le melcom Nofiano ye melcom. What are you looking for? Melcom got it all. Great discount, dodo. Yamafia so. Best bargains on our days. Everything here is a bargain. High quality, goods be a priority. So tell your mom, tell Poppy, tell your actually everybody.
Mr. Bossman, with all these computers, servers, and electronic equipment, I know they see one cable for the floor cry.
Charlie, you be right too. We they use raised access floors from Interface, so all the cables they hide under the raised access floors. So
this be the solution to the plenty cables where they my computer room for office. Accountant, call Interface now.
If you're involved in new property development, renovation, or decoration, the right place for you is Interface Limited. Call us on 0274-999999 or visit our website at www.interfacelimited.com.
Blow the candles, sound the trumpet, and scream! Media is 50. Media, your #1 air conditioner and appliance manufacturer, is 50 years old. 50 years of top-notch quality, and we're celebrating it big. Starting from 15% discounts on appliances from any Media showroom or authorized reseller. Join the celebration of Media at 50. We have amazing home appliances at great discounts. Tabletop fridges starting at 499 Ghana cedis. 4-burner gas cookers starting at 799 Ghana cedis. Chest freezers are also starting at 799 Ghana cedis. Blow the candles, sound the trumpet, and scream! And so many appliances for you to choose from. One so better, dear. Remember, it's a celebration. It's Media at 50 big sales on appliances. Visit a Media showroom or authorized reseller now, or call us on 0503 400 600. It's the Media at 50 promotion. Terms and conditions apply.
Tell her what be your thing. Stand big, Brian, yeah, baby. My body, what's your thing? Know your thing. You for do your thing. My body, what's your thing? Know your thing. You for do your thing. My body, what's your thing? Know your thing. You for do your thing. Stand big, man, go help you to do your thing. To do your thing. Make you go support your thing. Stand big, them go do your thing. Stand big, go support your thing. Stand big, man, go help you to do your thing.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Hele Africa, birthed on the laps of His Royal Majesty, the Asante Hene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, Media Men Ghana and Associates proudly host the gathering of the most renowned healthcare trailblazers across Africa and the globe to witness the second Pan-African Health Legendary Honors Festival at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City in Accra on September 8, 2018, inspiring holistic quality healthcare and wellness for socio-economic enhancement through Pan-Africanism, while keenly celebrating the First Lady of Ghana, Her Excellency Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, Didier Drogba of Ivory Coast, Dr. May Carol Jemison of USA, Dr. Kenneth Abwa of Ghana, among other outstanding healthcare advocates. Hele Africa, celebrating the life guardians of Africa with gold. For further information, please visit www.mediamenghana.com. This event is supported by and proudly sponsored by MTN.
Everywhere you go.
Morning Show.
Our money, wanna money, our money, wanna money, our money, wanna money, our money, wanna money.
Yeah, Sydney, je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit ça les Ghana? Arrêtez les babalages. C'est moi le tu. Sydney back again. Yeah. Now in the bar. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris, Babyface. What you say now?
Welcome back. 60 minutes to the top of the hour. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome back to Corruption Watch. In the studio with us is security expert, head of security warehouse, Mr. Adam Bonner. Joining us on the phone lines is Chief Inspector retired Edward Afo. He's a prosecutor with some 25 years work experience. We'll be speaking to Chief Inspector Retired Afo in a moment. But before that, MTN Ghana wishes to inform those who applied for MTN IPO shares through mobile money and have received notifications to update their records to visit any MTN service center with a valid national ID to have their records updated by 31st August 2018. The appropriate IDs are driver's license, passport, national ID, there's a Ghana card, National Health Insurance ID, or Voters ID. Applicants who fail to update their information by 31st August, that is this Friday, will have their shares held in a nominee account at the Central Securities Depository until their records are updated, resulting in their inability to trade their shares until the update. MTN Ghana urges all affected applicants to treat this information with urgency. Now, the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, presents the 2018 Kronti Ni Akwemu Lecture. This year's special anniversary Kronti Ni Akwemu Lecture reflects on Ghana's 25-year democratic journey and examines the extent to which the Fourth Republic has so far lived up to the broad promise inherent in the democratic ideal. Speaker is Prof. E. Jimabwedi, Executive Director of Afrobarometer. Date is tomorrow, Thursday, August 30, 2018. Time is 5 p.m. Venue is Alisa Hotel Ridge. The 2018 CDD Kronti Ni Akwemu Lecture is supported by Star Ghana, Unique Image Limited, Stanbic Bank Ghana, Standard Chartered, and Joy 99.7 FM, your thought leader. Now, with MTN Business, your business cruises on the most reliable, high-speed, secure, dedicated internet service in Ghana. Plus, we offer round-the-clock technical support customized just for your business needs. Visit mtn.com.gh/business or call 0244 308 111 for more information. Terms and conditions apply. So let's go on the phone lines now and speak with Chief Inspector Retired Edward Afo, who has joined us. Good morning, Inspector. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Is that Mr. Daniel Dazi?
Yes, this is Daniel.
Yeah, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing well, by God's grace. Yourself?
I'm good. I'm blessed, thanks.
Great. Now, you used to work as a prosecutor. You have some 25 years of experience. Let's begin with your unique story of how you run your office when you were working actively. Briefly, what sort of office did you practice from?
Before I start, let me say good morning to your listeners, and then I humbly wish to make this correction. I wasn't in the service for 25 years. I was in the service for 20 years. And I have to go on the voluntary retirement in 2016.
Okay, thank you.
And yes, what happens is that as a criminal prosecutor, you know that all the hard work of the Ghana Police Service end up in court. And it is your duty to ensure that we help remove all the deviants from our society, because there are people who don't give the innocent citizens peace. So when matters are brought to you as a criminal prosecutor, it is your duty to help us raid all those people out of the system to ensure that we all have peaceful environment to live in. So it is a very big task and a very big job to do. In fact, I would say that it's not been easy. And out of all these years' experiences that I had as a criminal prosecutor, hey, if I say I will tell you my story, you all wait for me this morning. But as it may, we're still going on with life, and then we also have to share our experiences for the public to know and see the way forward. I would say that in Ghana, when you look at our statistics, first and second degree felonies cases are not committed in singles. They are offenses committed in groups. So you see, in most cases, when it's a robbery case, a defrauding by false pretenses, or any serious crime that's supposed to go to the circuit court and that, you see that there are many people involved. But when such an offense is committed and people are arrested, you will not be able to get all the accomplices. to bring them to court. So you will see that if, let's say, we have a particular case, 6 people went and committed a crime and 3 have been arrested, the police will duly do their work and bring those 3 people to court, as the Constitution requires, that you can't keep somebody more than 48 hours in custody. So the whole thing will be brought to you, the prosecutor, to go on with prosecution. You see, so when issues like this come, you will be having 3 people that you are prosecuting, but there are other 3 people who were accomplices to the crime but are on standby, monitoring every activity that is going on.
Which means that they could even attempt to attack the police cells at any time.
I am telling you, when you're talking of risks, the person who is exposed to crime, number one, is the police prosecutor. For judges and lawyers, they don't have much of the problem because the judge is like a referee. He's just sitting to look at whatever you do. You see, so the whole attention is focused on the police prosecutor, who is keen to ensure that the law is working, to see to it that somebody has indeed committed a crime and that person must be punished.
So, Chief,
you know, in our system, we have the inquisitorial system. We are not in the acquisitorial system. And the inquisitorial system, the onus lies on you, the police prosecutor, to prove the guilt of the accused beyond all reasonable doubt. So if you are a police prosecutor who don't know what you are doing, you will be losing all your cases, because even after establishing all the crime the person has committed, technicalities, issues that you need to work on so that, because the lawyer is defending his client, and it is your duty to prove the guilt of the accused. The slight thing you leave will let the accused person be discharged, though have committed a crime.
Chief, let's go back a bit to what you were talking about in terms of the security of the police prosecutor and how that is needed. What steps do you think that the state must take to assure prosecutors of their safety and protection?
The problems are many. The problems when you talk of police prosecutor and then the problems he's facing so far as his work is concerned, there are many. As I speak to you, let me use my own story for an example. Many of the prosecutors I know are not accommodated. They are living on their own in Accra. I was in Accra for 11 good years as a criminal prosecutor, and I was never accommodated by the Ghana Police Service. Transportation. You know that we don't have good offices. The police prosecutor leaves from house carrying all his dockets and everything in his car to the court. And see even how dangerous that is. Because when you go to our court, it's very difficult to get offices for prosecutors. We don't have conference room. And it is the duty of every single prosecutor to have a conference room where you have conferences with the parties before presenting his or her case in the court. We don't have all these things. Besides that, as I was telling you, we have the risks involved, because if you are not accommodated or even you've closed from work, from the court, you're going home, other people are following you, you wouldn't know. You are not armed, nothing. And as I talk to you, I have prosecuted no less than 100 robbery cases. All of these people are in custody. There are remand prisoners. Some were given granted bail, and they are still in the system waiting for the determination of their case. You see, it's a whole lot. If I tell you the troubles going on with prosecution, and even I was very happy to hear recently from our newly special prosecution office about the pressure he was receiving. Thank God his position, he can just talk and then tell everybody. But what about us? We, the police officers who were helping the Attorney General by prosecuting their cases, where there will be a whole lot of intimidation from your office side, from the politicians, from many sides, they will not permit you to do your work as expected. So when you're talking of challenges, if I list them down, it will be many. We cannot even live today.
Okay. Chief, thank you very much for this insight you've given us. We'll have to end it here. Chief Inspector Retired Edward Affo. We would come back to Mr. Adam Bonai, and I want to ask specifically with regards to the security company that was involved. You talked about how we must not compromise on cost. compromise on quality for the sake of cost when it comes to hiring security companies. So what kind of contingencies do you think should be in place before a public sector institution even engages a private security firm to make sure that they are kept safe?
First of all, what's some of the steps?
Can you do this for me in a minute?
I'll try.
Thank you.
I'll try. Well, some of the steps includes trying to, you give the security company a checklist, the kind of people you want to be, be on guard at that, facility. I.e., are you looking for ex-service personnel working with this, private security company? Because these are people who might have retired, and so would be smart, and they might not have too much energy, but probably wouldn't want to compromise too much on what they are doing. And so those are some of the things we expect, because you and I know that the Ghana Police Service don't have very accurate data when it comes to being able to tell us who committed a crime and the crime didn't go to court and all that. And also with regards to what the ex-chief inspector was saying, best international practice requires that for persons like that, they require at least 5, officers always on them, protecting them. And when they even go on retirement, the practice again, because during active service, you escalate, security around them. When they're on retirement, you de-escalate. You de-escalate by bringing it from 5 to about 1 or 2 for 10 years. Then after 10 years, you can say, well, whoever might have wanted to harm them, would have, probably forgotten about it. But unfortunately, that is not done. And so these are some of the things I'm sure if there was time, he would have told you a lot.
Yes. It's quite a matter of concern. But well, thank you very much, Mr. Adam Bonner, for joining us this morning. So that was Adam Bonner, head of Security Warehouse. He's also a security expert himself. You heard Chief Inspector retired Edward Affo, a retired police prosecutor. Now let me just remind you that we all in our own small way can help in the fight against corruption. Kindly reach us on the Corruption Watch hotline 055-453-6586, on WhatsApp 055-453-6295. The website is stopcorruptionghana.org. The partners for Corruption Watch are Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy FM, and Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA. The sponsor is Strengthening Action Against Corruption, STAC. Time for us to go, and the news at 10 comes up on the top of the hour, and then after that, the Queen of the